Sagittarius, the Temperance card. Sagittarius, I don't know if you've ever gotten a psychic tarot reading or a tarot reading in general. By the way, you can purchase your own tarot reading, your own private confidential psychic tarot reading, private confidential psychic tarot reading from me at lamartownsendtarot.com. You can purchase your own psychic tarot reading or your own birth chart reading. I do birth chart readings as well, so please contact me, Sag, at lamartownsendtarot.com for your own private confidential tarot reading or birth chart reading. As well, follow me on Instagram at Lamar Townsend. Like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamar Townsend Official. And Sag, if you enjoy this video, like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel and share with your friends and family, okay? Now, Sagittarius, I don't know if you've ever gotten a tarot reading, but each of the 12 zodiac signs have their own or has their own ruling card in tarot. And Sagittarius, your ruling card happens to be the Temperance card. Now, the Temperance card is usually denoted typically by a female, usually balancing 2 cups in her hand, which is usually a metaphor for her mixing a spell or what so have you, mixing an elixir or something, subtle energies to help the spirit, the personality, help the soul evolve. You see, the Temperance card speaks about the soul and needing to listen to one's soul. I like to think of the Temperance card as, a light coming on in your vehicle. You know how when your vehicle needs, gas or needs oil or something's wrong with the brakes or something like that. Usually, and the more advanced, up-to-date cars usually, or even some of the older ones, from the 90s and, beyond, I guess, how usually when there's something wrong with the car, a light comes on that alerts you to let you know that there's something wrong and you probably need to take it to the shop, right, before you eventually have larger issues like your car suddenly doesn't work or something like that. That's kind of what the Temperance card is. It's like a needing to listen to your soul, a soul calling. It's like your soul saying, hey, there's a change that needs to happen, a new course of action, a new course needs to be taken in general, a new path, a new way of approaching a situation, a person, or a thing needs to be taken. A soul rejuvenation, a soul cleansing needs to be taken as well. That's what the Temperance card talks about before. It's like your soul calling out to you before the ultimate crash, you know what I'm saying? And Sag, the interesting thing is you can ignore the calling and ignore it and ignore it and ignore it and think that you're evading the crash by ignoring it because you think it's best, so you don't listen to your soul when ultimately your soul, your intuition, your gut is what knows best, right? But you think you can evade that, you know what I'm saying? Because Sag is, they are ruled by Jupiter, and they have, Jupiter's the planet of luck, the abstract mind, the abstract thinking, and Sages go by on their luck a lot, so they think they can do anything, and most of the times they can, but sometimes they often find that they can't. And sometimes if they actually go back in hindsight and look back, they would see that their intuition, their gut, their soul was calling out to them at some points telling them to, hey, quit this isn't the right path for you, it's time to change course, it's time to do something new, and that's what the Temperance card for me is kind of about. It's about temperancing one's emotions, balancing one's emotions, taking a time out, taking a breather, and not, being so emotionally involved in a situation, or so emotionally involved with, or at a person, I guess. It's about taking a step back, balancing one's emotions, looking at a situation objectively, and looking at it from a different perspective, from a soul perspective, right? Taking a moment to step back, breathe, because, you know, the Sagittarius energy is always on the go, right? It's very seldom, or not all Sages, but, it's very seldom that, Sages really get a chance to step back sometimes, right? And just temper their emotions instead of always react, right? And I know this because my Mercury and my Mars are both in Sag, and I probably have other Sagittarius in my chart as well. So, but that Mercury and Mars come through very strongly with me. Like, that Sagittarian energy is very strong. Not to mention, I was born in December. I'm a December born Capricorn, and December born Capricorns typically have that Sagittarian energy. But it's also about not acting, not always immediately acting or reacting. It's about temperancing your emotions, balancing your emotions, taking a step back to breathe and listen within, right? I don't know if you've ever watched That's So Raven, but you know how Raven, before she had a psychic vision, like, she would, like, pause, and, like, her eyes would get really big, and the camera would zoom in on her eyes, and she would get an insight, and then she would snap back to reality. It's like that moment. Maybe not literally, but, like, it's just a moment of stopping and, like, listening within, looking at a situation objectively, being still, you know, feeling the energies. What's between the lines, you know? And you can only see what's between the lines and hear what's between the lines by being still and temperancing your emotions, right? It's all about evolution. It's all about growing. It's all about learning to not always react, you know? Which can be hard for a Sagittarius because they always want to react, right? But sometimes the best way to get the most appropriate reaction is to take a step back and look at it objectively. Be still, listen to your intuition. How do you feel about it? What is your intuition saying about it? You know? Connect the dots. Jupiter, that Jupiter energy, that abstract thinking, that abstract mind. With that abstract mind and thinking, you're easily able to connect certain dots that maybe the untrained mind, the non-Jupiterian mind, wouldn't be able to so easily connect, right? So you have what it takes, Sag. It's just training yourself to be not as reactive. Temper. Temper those emotions. The more you learn to temper your emotions, the more you evolve, the more you grow. Because relationships, situations are all growing lessons, learning lessons right at the end of the day, right? They're mirrors. So, that is my interpretation of the Temperance card, your ruling card, Sagittarius and Tarot. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, share with your friends and family, and contact me at lamartownsendtarot.com for your own personal, private, confidential, strictly confidential psychic tarot reading or your own birth chart reading. Once again, that's LamarTownsendTarot.com, okay? Also, follow me on Instagram and like me on Facebook. All the links will be in my description box, as well as a link to where you can purchase the deck from where this card came from. The Rome Choi Tarot Deck, The Dreaming Way Tarot Deck by Rome Choi, okay? So, if that intrigues you, check out the comment box or the description box, okay? Thank you. Until the next video, I wish you nothing but the best, love, health, and success.